welcome to our Facebook Live. I'd like to introduce Amy with us today from Esqué Beauty.
Hello.
Hi, Amy, and we've got all of our ingredients ready for some recipes that you have shared with us. And today's all about cellular water. So, Amy, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
I would love to introduce myself. So I'm Amy Selby. I opened Esqué Beauty in 1998. It's going to be our 23rd year in business. Cannot believe where that has gone. Passionate about all things beauty, absolutely love and adore skincare, love what I have learnt over the years, and love the natural blend which comes with good food, good nutrition, nourishing your skin and your body.
Thank you. And I'll introduce myself. My name's Gurlitt Chatter. I am wearing my Rooty Fuel hat today, but obviously I've known Amy forever. for about 16 years now, I believe. And Amy is also my business partner for 11 of those years at Esqué. And again, I totally share what you say. What the ethos of Esqué is amazing, and I'm so proud and happy to have you on our Facebook Live here at Rooty Fuel, because it means so much to me to have you here, and your knowledge is phenomenal, and I'm glad you're here to share this with any of our guests. So
step up.
No, thank you for joining us. I've known you a long time, and you are the geek that knows it all when it comes to skin. So can you give us a little bit of information about what is cellular water?
Yeah, definitely. So for anyone who knows the salon, we have a number of professional brands that we stock. One of those brands is Murad, created by Dr. Murad. And Dr. Murad's philosophy and concept is all about cellular water. So in a nutshell, you might drink a glass of water and think that it's going to hydrate your skin. It will definitely help. But if you can take cellular water in, you're going to get a much, much better response in your skin cells. So to try and put it in real layman's terms, and people think I'm a little bit mad when I perhaps use this analogy, but if you were to we'll use a watermelon as an example, because it's a really easy thing to imagine. Yeah. A watermelon's full of water, but it's also full of plant cells. So you have the water that's infused in watermelon is what we call cellular water. If we ingest that cellular water, it's going to do a lot more for our body, for our cells, and ultimately for our skin than just this general glass of water is going to do for us. So cellular water really is water that optimizes cell health, because it normally has and normally contains plant-based cells in it anyway, which our own cells can relate to much more comfortably than just standard water.
Okay. And is it the nutrition that's in there as well? Is there an added benefit to that?
Absolutely. You'll tend to find that the higher cellular water content in something, you'll naturally get greater nutrition to it as well. So you think of fruits and vegetables, they are in abundance with cellular water, some even more so than others. The juicier something is, the higher the cellular water content. But all plant-based, for all plants and fruits are packed with cellular water, because they've needed water to grow and develop and to get their cells strong and big. When we ingest those, again, they are much, much more similar to our own cellular structure. So because our bodies recognize more, we can take things on board much, much better. And obviously with that comes better nutritional transfer as well.
Yeah, so we're basically piggybacking on the back of those cells in a sense.
Absolutely.
Jenny's got in front of her the recipe, the key ingredients for it's Dr. Murad's favourite red cabbage salad. So what we're going to be doing first. So that includes half, and there's one we made earlier, and you can see how the cabbage and the apple mixed together has a really nice pinky tone. Looks absolutely great. You can add to another salad, and you can also use the juice of the apple and the lime to make a fat-free dressing. So we're going to start by chopping up half a medium red cabbage. Just going to chop it up. I always love knife skills. People do it without doing themselves an injury is always great, isn't it?
I'm afraid I'm a bit lazy if I do this recipe, and I get the Magimix out with the slot. I don't even know what the blade is called, but it makes it turn into lots of little bits. So good on you.
for chopping. And then there's also a Granny Smith apple in there, a cup of fresh lime juice, and a pinch of reduced sodium sea salt. So Jenny's just going to start that with us. So what would you say is the benefit of red cabbage?
All of these ingredients going into this salad are obviously packed with cellular water. I've had this salad; it's absolutely delicious. You've got the sweetness of the apple and the lime that comes through. It really gives it a lovely zingy flavour. What I like with some of the Dr. Murad recipes is that he'll put things together that you might not have thought about putting together yourself, and sometimes just the simplest addition just changes the flavour and really, really zings the taste buds a whole heap more. Red cabbage itself, it's got a lot of vitamin C in, it's got a lot of vitamin K1 in it, and it's really good for sort of strong, healthy bones. Obviously, not as a standalone, but contributing to an overall balanced diet.
Absolutely. So, how quick is that to grate an apple? And yet we don't always do it. We're like, go for a quick fix. But you look at that and think, I always think, why don't I do it more? I think
the problem is there's often a lot of the stuff that's really good for us. We just don't have it in the forefront of our mind. It's so easy to get into a rut with what we're eating. When I went to LA and met Dr. Murad, we had a Cooking for Health afternoon. We were really, really lucky to be able to do some of the recipes from his book, and it was brilliant because you just start going, actually, what if I do this? What if I do that? And you realise how simple it is. But often said we're just stuck in that rut of eating the same things time and time again. So often what you're eating isn't always bad for you. No. It's what you're not eating which isn't giving you that benefit.
Absolutely, and I do like the idea of having fruit in salad as well, and it gives it such a different dimension, doesn't it? And I love that. So it's
all really crispy as well.
Yeah, exactly. So you look at that put together, it already looks fabulous without the flavors infusing and the colors infusing. So you can see how yummy that's already looking.
Should have eaten before this. This is making me hungry.
I say to Jenny every time that I need to get the recipe before we do the live so that I can cook it once we finish, because I just want to eat it all. So maybe that's a tip for next time, that we put the recipe in advance.
It's so easy, and that's a really lovely side salad for so many dishes. I prefer it cold and crispy, but you can also have the cabbage hot if you want to, just a little bit al dente.
Okay, that's good to know. Top tip. Wow. So yeah, that is your red cabbage salad, Dr. Murad's favourite. And now Jenny's going to be looking at making a mango salsa. And we both discussed this, didn't we, Amy, that you and I never know what to do, how to cut a mango.
Normally a hope and a prayer.
Yeah. and a full set of fingers. And
if nothing's bleeding at the end of it, you know you've done a good job. So happy days.
It's because it's slimy in the sense that it's slippery, and to get a grip of it. And I like that you can see already that Jenny's cut the top and the bottom off, which makes a lot of sense, really.
Yeah, stabilises it. Look at that! What a pro!
Anyone thinks she's a chef, wouldn't they?
Well, anyone thinks she's done that before. Like caressing it with a knife.
I'm just getting very happy just watching a bit of art, basically. It's amazing.
You don't get out much, it's okay.
Well, we are in the middle of a pandemic, so yeah, getting out is just a luxury as well. So how amazing is that? And what would be great to see the next part of cutting the mango, so that you don't waste any of it, because we don't like waste, do we, Amy? So we like to make sure we get every
a top tip with the mango, because I know it's not what Jenny's about to do with it, but beautiful barbecued. Ooh. I know we're getting out of barbecue season, but barbecue,
it's a lovely day today. We might sneak a few days left.
Sliced mango and sliced courgette barbecued together is outstanding.
Oh wow!
And packed with cellular water again.
There you go.
Look at that. She's just making it look like so simple.
No, it's slicing through.
It's that middle bit.
Yeah. How do we do this? So it's getting all
I'm feeling quite chuffed, because so far it's not far off what I normally do.
Okay.
So I can say that I'm trying to do something quite professional with my mango.
There you go. You can share that with people if anyone judges you now, can't you?
Yeah.
There we go.
I always feel like I've wasted a lot of it, but it's just that middle. I don't even know. I can't remember what it's called. It's got the middle bit of the mango. I can't remember the name.
It's the seed, I suppose, of sorts, but I don't know.
I'm sure there's some sort of quick Google. What's the middle of a mango call. If anyone wants to pop that up on the chat, that would be great.
Absolutely. Let's have a quick look at the chat. Yes, if anyone can tell us that, that would be fantastic. So in here, for the mango salsa, there's going to be diced mango, which Jenny is beautifully demoing for us. There's going to be diced tomato, diced small red onion, and there's going to be half a teaspoon of red chili flakes. And again, if that's too much for you, Amy, you can reduce it. But if you like it more spicy, add a little bit more in there. Yep. And 2 teaspoons of extra virgin olive oil and a handful of coriander. Nice. Now, this salsa is great as a topping on nachos, and it goes great with guacamole. It is just, you can see the mango already. I'm salivating. It's also, you liked mango, ironically, but I've really started to get into them recently. I
love mango. And another thing you can do, again, we're getting into slightly cooler weather, but that aside, and just thinking of cellular water, it's also really lovely wrapped in a lettuce leaf. So using the lettuce leaf like a fajita type thing.
Yeah. Oh,
so nice, really low calorie, and again packed with cellular water. So fantastic.
Yeah, win-win.
Oh, thank you, Joe. The pit is the middle of the mango.
Thank you, Joe.
Now, did you know that, or did you Google it?
I definitely. Well, I don't know. Joe does do a lot of cooking. He does like to cook, so we shall find out. If you want to let us know, Joe. Okay, so it's the pit. So there you go, Amy. Your
I wonder why. You've got stones. You've got
Amy.
Look at that. Look at that. That literally. Oh, that's just making me salivate.
Fabulous.
That looks wonderful.
So just imagine with some nachos, a little bit of guacamole there. I think
gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Would you say there's plenty of cellular water in there for you, Amy?
Definitely. And again, it's often people think, I know with Rooty Fuel, it's obviously predominantly vegan food. I'm vegan as well. And before I went vegan, I literally was like, oh my goodness, what would I eat if I was vegan? There'd be nothing available. And then you start looking at things and you start looking at blends of foods, and you've suddenly got a whole new world of tastes and textures. And it goes from being, oh my goodness, what am I going to have, to the world is my oyster. Maybe that's not the appropriate saying for a vegan. I don't know.
But you look at the coriander, that just adds that extra freshness.
A lot of zing. Yeah.
Any, dish that you've got there, which, it's a bit like Marmite. You either love it or hate it. But I love adding some fresh coriander to any sort of salads, because it the dimension.
Yeah, when you start eating food that's this fresh and this good for you, and also your cells are going to benefit, your skin is going to benefit hugely, you start realizing how bland and how unappealing processed foods are. It's so easy to start picking up processed foods. They're so bad for us. They're mass inflammation creators. All of these foods that Jenny's putting together now, there's loads of anti-inflammatory ingredients in there. Ultimately, from my point of view, that's excellent for skin, that's excellent for aging, but ultimately it's excellent for your whole body. So we really are, one of Dr. Murad's key things is he said, before there's medicine, there was food.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's absolutely look at that. Who wouldn't want to eat that? It's just phenomenal.
Great for acne as well. I think mango in salsas and tomatoes, if you do struggle with acne and hormonal imbalances, fabulous for that. So if if your skin isn't happy, I absolutely agree with you. It will love that. So
definitely.
I think for teen skins as well, fabulous.
Interestingly, again, with a lot of the foods which are being prepared tonight, and obviously again with the ethos of Rooty Fuel, it's no dairy, it's all vegan, there's no dairy. Dairy's a huge mucus producer in the body. So regardless of your personal beliefs, thinking about skin, dairy is a huge mucus producer, so it can often cause a lot of clogging, a lot of problems. It can cause a lot of puffiness. It can go on to contribute to acne. Obviously, there are other reasons that we can get problems with the skin, but dairy can be a big player in causing problems with the skin.
And so we're going to just start now with the final one for you, Amy. This is the kale salad with almond and avocado. So the kale has been washed, the rib, the sort of centerpiece has been taken out, because that can be a bit too tough to eat, especially as a salad, and the leaves are just going to be roughly chopped. Jenny's also going to add juice in segments of 2 oranges, and she's going to demo that. So I don't know if you're like me, I end up having lots of pith left on my plate. Pith. And it's good to see how it's done quite clean. There's also going to add in some olive oil, avocado, and some toasted flakes of.
Toasting nuts is one of the simplest things to infuse so much more flavour. Yeah. Just sprinkling those onto the top of a salad is just amazing. The cabbage salad, the cabbage and apple salad earlier, doesn't need anything adding to it, but some toasted sesame seeds on there, again, just give it a whole nother layer.
Yeah, and there's in your seeds, you've got your proteins in there, you've got your good fats in there, all great for your skin health, all great for your skin
Essential fatty acids are called essential because the body doesn't produce them for itself. We have to get them from our diet. And nuts are brilliant. You don't want to overload on them, but definitely adding a few little ones into each meal, you're just covering a major food group, which is so important and often gets left out. God, Jenny, you're making that look so easy.
And I've done that before, and I can't make it that easy. So now we're going to have it popped into segments. Look at that.
Look at that.
So, Amy, the next time we've got our meeting, I'll be expecting you to be making me a really nice salad, exactly like Jenny makes it.
Perfect. That's
no pressure.
Joking aside, isn't half the battle just making sure you've got the ingredients in? Because it really doesn't take that amount of time. The food planning is where the work goes. The actual preparing, obviously Jenny's doing a sterling job here, but the preparing isn't terrible. If you've got everything in, it's often the worst thing for most people is they'll come in, what am I going to eat? What am I going to have? And they've not planned and they're not prepared. And actually a little bit similar with skincare. You're not going to get a fantastic result for your skin if you haven't put in the planning and the prep. It's exactly the same for your nutrition.
Yeah, just follow the guide, follow whatever your therapist has told you, because they are the authority in what they do. And we know also at Esqué how well the girls are trained, their knowledge, their expertise is phenomenal. The knowledge they do in their training is so valuable that we don't realise how important it is. It's more than a GP has when it comes to skin, and people don't always realise that. So if you do struggle with your skin, whether it's you're looking for anti-aging tips or whether it's pigmentation, blemishes, rosacea, please pop in to see someone at Esqué if you do live local, or email in, and one of the girls could do a phone consult if that's better for you. But definitely speak to our fabulous girls at Esqué.
I would also say that, again, what's happening tonight is to see that blend of nutrition, and obviously we're talking about skincare as well.
Yeah.
We can treat the outside as very best we can, but if you're not looking after the inside, you're never going to get that best result. No. So these two are synergistically combined together. Your what we would deem internal skincare, which is your nutrition, is what Jen is putting together here. Yeah. It really is like internal skincare, because that is going into the system and nourishing every single cell. Your skin is the largest organ of the body.
Yeah.
But it's also, to your body, it's one of the least important ones.
Absolutely.
So if there are problems or if there's lack of nutrition, the skin often is the first one to miss out.
Yeah.
Because the nutrition is obviously sent to more sort of vital organs as well. Oh, that looks so good. That looks so good. Making sure you've got a double whammy approach is fantastic.
Absolutely.
Well, essential as well.
I agree. Because you again, like you say, the skin it can be treated with product and with treatments, and that will all help. But the best thing you can do is look after from the inside out and fill it with nutrients, which are plant-based, essentially plant-based nutrient.
Oh, 100%.
You can't go wrong with it,
This is nourishing the gut hugely, nourishing the gut. Well, you've spoken obviously about gut health historically on lives, and that is so important, because again, a lot of problems in the skin we see can actually be from issues within the gut. If your body's balanced and it's happy and it's comfortable, you'll see that throughout. You'll see it in your skin, you'll see it in your energy levels, you'll see it in your bathroom habits, you'll see it in all those things. Literally, you want the body to be functioning well in every area.
Optimally, you know, and we can do our bit. It's really important.
So, look at that.
So that's a combo of the 3 there. How beautiful does that look?
And look at the colour as well. Look at the colour on that plate.
Yeah.
Amazing.
You've got all the varying colours on there that you would be looking for. You've got your reds, your greens, your oranges.
So good. It's so good. And if you really couldn't bear to be without your carbs, you could just serve that with a nice flatbread or a little bit of ciabatta. That would just be amazing, just amazing. Again, I don't think it needs anything else to it, but it can sometimes be difficult.
Wanted a couple
or nachos. Yeah, definitely.
Or sort of corn based as opposed to wheat based, so that's a little bit better for you. Yep. So we've spoken about the different foods there, and so what would you say? I mean, you said about avoiding dairy. Is there anything else you would avoid? And you said
I mean, again, inflammatory based foods which cause and trigger inflammation in the body. And it looks like I'm out to get meat eaters, and I'm not. But processed meats, absolutely terrible. If you're going to stay and keep meat in your diet, please be careful about where you're sourcing it from and making sure that wherever possible, it's organic and I said all grass fed and the welfare standard is high. You're better off if you want to carry on eating meat. You are far better to source a little bit that's high quality and just have that on occasion, and just literally quality over quantity. But on here, obviously, we're all pro vegan, and I think once you've started working plant based and seen the benefits to your body, you realize how important that is. So going back to your question, what shouldn't you eat? Again, things like high fried foods, fizzy drinks, sodas, that sort of thing, terrible. Processed foods. If you're thinking of all the, unfortunately, we all love them from time to time. You know, your bags of crisps and your. I was just about to use a brand name, which I probably won't. Special takeaway hamburgers. Maybe I'll put it like that.
And you know, we all have those moments when you're stressed. You're tired and you're like, I just need something, you know.
And you know what? That is okay, but it shouldn't be all the time.
Yeah, I think if we say Dr. Murad, he always had like a 20% rule, didn't he?
Yes, brilliant. Yeah, he did, absolutely. 80% of this should be your norm. 20% is like your
get out of jail card.
Your get out of jail card. Going back with it's an inflammatory foods or again, foods which aren't as good for you. Dairy, don't get me wrong, I'm not suggesting that everybody can't tolerate dairy. I just know what we see in people's skin. I know how much better I felt when I stopped having dairy. I'm not anti-dairy. It's just not designed for our bodies. Milk is designed for baby cows. It's not designed for humans. The irony is, if we're meant to drink milk, we really should be having human milk, surely. And that's only designed for babies to have, to nourish and grow them and develop them. So there's a huge amount of great plant-based milks. Everything out there has got a plant alternative. Everything.
Joe's also put that it's reduced puffiness since he's reduced his consumption of meat in the last few weeks, especially in his face. He's noticed a difference. So it's just reducing that inflammation in your body because it's just not healthy. It's not healthy for you. But, you know, there are great alternatives, and this is what our mission is about, is to let people know there are alternatives. The root of your ethos is that we want 1 million people to be confidently cooking plant-based by 2030, because sometimes it won't be you, but you know, we all have got friends and family who have got either intolerances, so can't eat what you would normally prepare. And if you've got an array of alternatives you can make that most people can eat, which are, you know, plant-based foods, then that covers that, and that's a big tick. And for me, my journey started when my son went vegan, and it's like, okay, I need to start cooking for him because, you know, obviously, you know, you're in conditional love for your children. You want to make sure they're still eating well. And that was the beginning of my journey. And that was 10 years ago. I mean, I think before that I was pretty much dairy free, as in I remember making you soya cup of tea.
You made me a cup of tea with soy milk in it, and I literally was going to go, I don't want to drink this.
You were having dairy. I mean, how many years ago was that? Oh, it's got to be 15.
It's about 8, 9, 10 years ago even. But isn't it awful how I was so conditioned to what I thought I would only like that I didn't even want to try the alternative. And when I did try it, I was like, this is good.
Yeah.
This is
I don't
fine.
think you had a choice, to be honest. I just made it you, didn't I? I was like, here you go. You've run out of milk, so you've got some soya milk in it, and you were a bit like, all right.
But again, it was only in education on again dairy and how that was affecting my body. It was interesting. I have had so much more energy since going plant-based.
Yeah.
Joking aside, and well, you'll know this good, but ask any of my friends, I'd go out for a meal before I went plant-based. If I was having dairy, I literally would fall asleep at the table afterwards. So I think in hindsight, my body didn't tolerate it, but I had no connection of what that was causing. Because if I had anything that had quite a lot of creamy sauce on it, it would make me feel I would just fall asleep.
Yeah, I've seen the dodgy pictures, don't worry. Just falling asleep in random places. Post dairy comas for you, wasn't it, over the years?
Yeah, literally. Yeah. And do you know what I also like? Because I don't eat dairy. It's much you say no to chocolate. There's obviously plenty of good chocolate, dark chocolate, vegan-based chocolate you can have, but you naturally start to eat your whole heat cleaner because there's a load of stuff that's not available to you, or you just choose not to have any more, and it actually becomes easy.
Yeah, easy. I mean, it's you still have the days where you crave certain things, but I think they become less and less. Not dairy things, but where you crave chocolate, or you might crave, for me, it's if I'm having a particular stressful day, my go-to is still probably a fizzy pop, and I try and get cleaner types of drink if I want it. But there are
addictive properties to them, because obviously for a lot of the companies, I'm not anti any of these companies, but a lot of these companies, they want you to keep buying the product. So it makes complete sense. The closer you can eat to nature is always going to be better for you. It's what our bodies expect. It's what our bodies are designed for. And it's going to help, I said, from our angle, it's going to help your skin hugely, but not just your skin, every function of your body.
So I'm going to ask you, Amy, 3 top tips from you for good skin.
Ooh, 3 top tips. I'm afraid these may be very boring, but they are absolutely the top tips.
Okay.
Enough sleep. Yes. Essential.
Yes.
The more sleep you can get before midnight, the better. We don't always manage it. We're all different, but sleep is absolutely integral, because in sleep mode, your body can repair. Yeah. Your cells can repair, they can turn over, they can regenerate. Your skin is going to look better, and you are going to look more youthful if you are getting a good amount of sleep. Okay. Staying hydrated is the next one. I know none of these is to do with skincare at this stage, but staying hydrated is absolutely essential. Hydration
you can have through your food, as you've said before.
You want that cellular water, because that's going to optimize your skin health. But ideally, you're still drinking this throughout the day. I can't which way is it going? This is a very weird camera because it turns you the wrong way around. But do make sure you're drinking water, because again, that's also helping that food to process through your body. Hydration is key. Eat your water and drink your water. And my third, this is where it gets difficult, because there's lots of goodies. My third top tip is always, do you know what I'm going to say, Gerda?
I know what you're going to say.
You know what I'm going to say, don't you? Always take off your makeup at the end of the day. And actually, you haven't got to be wearing makeup. It could be people watching this who don't wear makeup. Always wash your skin at the end of the day. Yeah. We have so many pollutants in the atmosphere, outside, inside, all sorts of stuff. We perspire, we're shedding dead skin, not as well as we want to. You get to the end of the day, and if you don't clean that off, you literally just got a battleground of crud on your skin. That's going to make your skin feel like it's suffocating. It's going to look dull. It's going to look grey. We get to a stage where our skin doesn't turn over anywhere near as well as it used to. So a nice, healthy teenage skin without any problems has probably got about, 16 to 19 layers of dead skin on it. We're sitting here with well over 100, depending what we have or haven't done to it.
Yeah.
That's going to make us look older. It's going to make the skin look grayer, darker, all those sorts of things. If we're not feeding the skin from within, the skin cells aren't going to look as good. So the least you can do is wash your face. You're creating a blank canvas. And I'm sorry, I can't just stick to 3, Gerda. There's got to be another one in there, because the other final essential one is always wear SPF. SPF is sun protection factor, and sun protection factor is going to protect your skin from UVA and UVB rays. There are days.
Anti-aging thing you can do for your skin.
It's the most anti-aging thing you can do for your skin. On the days where the sun is not come out to play and it's raining, you still need to put your SPF on because you will get light damage on your skin. You have to protect from light damage. And all of us are sat here watching a screen and we are all getting blue light damage from that screen. So an awful lot of the good SPFs now have got blue light filters in, which is also protecting our skin. So eat and drink your water. Make sure you get a good night's sleep. I said get to bed as early as you can. That doesn't mean going to bed at 7 o'clock in the evening, but
if you need to.
If you need to, which is great, but as much before midnight as possible. Make sure that you always wash your face at the end of the day. Ideally, you're going to do that beginning and end of the day, so twice a day.
And is that because in the evening, if you don't wash your skin, is it already an upward hill battle in the morning because your skin's still got all of yesterday's stuff?
Remember, at night time, your skin repairs, your body repairs itself, and your skin goes into repair mode as well. So if it's literally covered in that day's yuck, is it going to repair as well as it could? You basically just made it 10 times harder for it.
Absolutely.
So it makes a huge difference in how you're cleaning your skin. Also, when you're washing your skin, ideally you'll always double cleanse, because the first cleanse will lift the day off your skin or lift the makeup off your skin. And your second cleanse is going to actually clean your skin. It all sounds like a terrible faff. It isn't. You can get a really good result by literally just being, said, a minute or so, washing the face for a minute or so and splashing with tepid water, or using a clean flannel or face mitt to lift any product off the skin.
We'd never go to bed without cleaning our teeth, so it's just the next step.
Well, I hope you'd never go to bed without cleaning your teeth.
No, never gone to bed.
But you're absolutely right. There's a reason for that. Yeah, and you're doing that for gum health and for oral health, but you need to do exactly the same for your skin.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing your top tips.
You are welcome.
If you want to find out anything else about Esqué, please go to the website, which is esquebeauty.com, or you can follow them on Instagram or Facebook at Esqué Beauty on Facebook, or at Esqué_Beauty on Instagram. So please do. Fantastic Instagram page that you do there, Amy, I have to say. Full credit to you. Again, if any of our viewers watching the live or watching it later wants to try some plant-based food, we've got a 7-day planner that you can download, limited. It's for a limited period of time, and that's at our website, rootyfuel.com. You can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and we're at Rooty Fuel. So if there's any advice or tips, or you want to rewatch this will be on the Facebook page. And if you've got any questions, if we've not managed to answer any of them today, please put comments down below and we will get back to you. But thank you so much, Amy. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us before I let you go?
No, well, I just wish I could reach into the screen and take that plate.
Yeah, and me. Unfortunately, it's not near me either. It's a few miles away from me too. And I think next time I will definitely be getting the ingredients in, just as you said, so that after the lives I can actually make it and eat it, which would be fantastic. So again,
thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for your time today. As always, loved it. We have, just before you go, quick replay. Yes. Have a great story, by the way. You are not alone about not liking.
I'm not. I don't know if that's in the right place, that little comment, because I couldn't quite work it out.
I'm not sure.
No.
Okay.
It wasn't a question that needed an answer. So, Karen, if you type that for us, thank you. But I'm not quite sure how we can help.
No, me neither. But yeah, thank you, Amy, for today. It's been an absolute pleasure. And I will probably see you tomorrow.
I think I will see you tomorrow. Yes, indeed.
Thanks again. Take care.
Bye-bye.